Hello! In this tutorial I'll teach you how to create a stock management program to manage your products. So to do that I create here Excel spreadsheets that list our database structure that I'll explain after with a bunch of tables. Then it shows the 3 reports that we're gonna create after we create the UI, the user interface to interact with our database structure. That user interface we're gonna have some requirements that we should comply, and then after we have all this software done, then we can do after this tutorial some other optimizations. So let's be focused first in our database structure, where we have here a bunch of tables. So and let me explain what are these tables. Okay, first of all, so stock manager software is to manage stocks, to manage products. So we need to have the table product, and the product will be organized by category. So first of all we have a table category which will contain a category ID and a name, and additionally will contain a third attribute called notes, so that we can add some notes specifically with that specific category. Then we have the products. The products will be inside of some specific category and will have an ID, or obviously a primary key. Then we'll have the name of that specific product, and then we'll have the costs of that product, the price, the current availability of the products, and the limit stock, which is basically we're gonna use these attributes to tell to inform the user that when the total stock reach to this limit stock, basically we send an email to the user, or we show a specific notification, so the user can be informed that he should purchase more of this product. Okay, so what is the maximum cost, the latest price, total stock and limit stock? Okay, maximum cost, basically when we do some purchase, basically we can purchase to different suppliers, but in here we're gonna save the price, the costs more expensive that we expand to that product. So that's why it's the maximum cost. Then the latest price, it is basically the latest selling price of the product per unit. So which is when we sell this product to a client, we want to know what was the price, the latest price that we sold this specific product. So according with this we can do, this gives basically an idea of what is our profits, the difference between these two. And then the total stock is the quantity that we have currently available with us, so in our stock house, with the product. So if we bought 10 products and if we sell 7, that means that we're gonna have 3 total stocks. So this is just an example. And then the limit stocks, as I was saying before, basically this is like a configuration that the user can do for each product, saying that when the total stock reaches to these specific limits, sends me a notification so I can know that I need to buy more of this product. Okay, so this is the product table. Then we have the product batches that I will explain a little bit after. Let me explain first the other table. So we have the suppliers. So the supplier basically contains an ID, a name, an address, a social security number, a phone, an email, and other attributes they want to add. And then we have the purchase. So purchase, we need to purchase something to a specific supplier. So it's missing, sorry, this is wrong. This is supplier. This is supplier. Okay, to a specific supplier, we can put a name of a specific purchase, we put a specific date, when did we execute this specific purchase, we put the reference of that document, and we can put the total cost, how much it costs to do that specific purchase to that supplier. And that purchase will have a bunch of products that will gonna be in here, product purchase. And this product purchase will have the primary key, will have the purchase ID related with this table, the purchase table. Then we have the product ID. For this purchase will have a bunch of products, as we can see here, And then for each product that I'm buying, I'll have the quantity, how much product of this am I buying, the unit cost, so how much am I paying for each unit, what is the tax for this specific product, and what is the total cost, which is the quantity multiplying for the unit cost multiplying for the tax. And then what is the expiration date of this group of products. And then I can relate these specific products with a specific batch. So what is a batch? So basically we can go here to product batch. A batch basically it is a group of products of the same type. So let's say that in here I'm buying the product 1. Product 1 is oranges. So I'm buying 20 oranges. I can group that 20 oranges in a group based in expiration date. So I know that this specific product has this specific expiration date. So basically I can put all of this in a batch. So the idea is to organize multiple purchases in the same product into a single batch or into a single lot. This way, when we sell a specific this specific product, we can tell what is the batch that we want to remove the specific products. This is very important. Why? Because in this case we know that we are always selling the most recent expiration dates, so we don't get in our stock house with expired products, obviously. Okay, so that's why in here in the product purchase we have here the batch IDs. Okay. So basically in here we are buying, we can see here that we have three products in the purchase, but we have two purchase because we are in this we are buying two products in just one purchase and another product in another purchase. So we have here three purchases. This one it's empty. This one has two products and this one has one product. We can see here by the IDs. And that's why the total cost here, we can know that we have here the total cost, because so it will be this one plus this one will be equal to this one. We can see here the corresponding formula. Okay. So the same thing for the client. So we have the client has the name, address, social security, phone number and other attributes they want to add. Then we have the sale needs to be related with a specific client, so I'm selling something to a specific client. I can add a description name to that specific sale that I'm doing. I have the date when that sale was done, I have the reference of that specific document, and then I have the total price that I sold to that specific client, which this is basically the sum of the total products in the products sale table. So the product sale table has the primary key, belongs to specific sales, and has a bunch of products. So this specific sale with ID 1 has two products too. So the product 1 and the product 2. And the product 1 we remove the specific quantity from this batch, and the product we remove from this other batch. And then we have the quantity that was sold to the client, we have the unit price, we have the corresponding tax, and we have the total price, which is basically the quantity multiplied by the unit price multiplied by the corresponding tax. Attention that the tax could be in a specific in below 1, or it could be in a percentage value between 0 to 100 or between 0 to 1. So the formula that we calculate is different. So in here we just multiply. In here we need to divide it by 100. This, so this can be 0,15. Okay. Done. So that's why then we have the batches. So the batches basically is a group of products that we have the name, we have the expiration dates of that specific batch. So this batch here, example, this batch is a batch of oranges. So this batch will contain, I can tell you that if we go here to the product purchase, the batch contains these two products. So the expiration date of the batch will be the most recent one, so will be this one. So we can see that in the batch, this one will be the mean of the corresponding date, which is 2016. And then we have the total stock, which basically the total stock will be the purchases less minus the sales. So inside of this specific batch. Okay, so then I already explained this, and then we have a report that we want to show, basically that just show our orders, the supplier orders and the client orders, organized by date. So basically this is a list that combines all the records from two tables: the purchase products, or in this case the product purchase, and the product sales table, where everything is sorted by date, where we can see here, okay, in here it was 20, well, there is something that is missing here, which is the type. That's basically, let me adjust this, so in here, so I know what is in and what is out. So I know that these ones are in and these ones are out. Okay, something like this. Perfect. So I know that in here I bought these specific fruits in this case, and in here I know that I sold then these specific fruits. Well, this I'm not sure. Let me see if this is organized by date. No, it's not. So as a matter of fact, the correct way of seeing this, it will be something like this and this one. Now it's sorted by dates. Okay, so now that we have here our tables, what we need to do, we need to go back to Bloxtor, and so we can create our own database structure in Bloxtor, and so then we can follow these specific program requirements. So let's go back here to the Bloxtor and let's start creating our database structure.